Hi, I'm Oatmeal1 and this is Mudborne Any Percent. Mudborne is a casual frog management game where you breed different species of frogs using different combinations of mushrooms to affect the frog's genetics. Frog genetics and ancestry act like keys throughout the game, creating an almost puzzle-like casual experience as you breed specific frogs to unlock doors and warp points. The goal of the Any Percent speedrun is to breed the ultimate frog, a sublime Empyrean, with the correct ancestry. The run has two major sections. Section 1 is resource gathering. Most of the glitches happen in this section where we clip out of bounds to get around more quickly and use glitches to scam shopkeepers out of what we need. Section 2 is truly frog farming simulator, where we gather the remaining mushrooms and breed specific frogs required to achieve our win condition. So first things first, before we get into the run, we are going to manipulate the weather, so we just have to quickly load a save file that has the weather we want at the time that we want, which is raining at noon. So we're going to jump into the new world here, and we can choose our frog color and name, which would make great incentives. And timing starts when we wake up. And after our first meeting with Pond Mother, we're going to immediately clip out of bounds. So once we've clipped out of bounds, we're just going to head here to the left for a while. So the clipping abuses a mechanic where beds and chairs, you can snap to them in the game by clicking if you're within a certain distance. So we're going to do the same thing here with a chair. Quickly exit and re-enter the room to gather the chair, and now we are resource farming. My bad. We need frogs, flies, weeds, waterproofing from these lily pads. We're going to keep our inventory open so we can see what we've got. This is our first mushroom of the run, the stout funnel. Okay, we are looking good, I think. And we are once again going to clip. This time we're not clipping necessarily out of bounds, but we're clipping into a state where the game doesn't recognize our Z coordinate. So we can just walk on over to that chest and pick up our backpack. We're going to pick up some water here on our way down to pick up some more resources in this chest. And I just need a few more mushrooms quickly. Oh, and they're gone. So since I kind of messed that up, we need to sleep until a rainy day again and hope for more stout funnels. There they are. We just need to wait to pick them up. And then we're going to make our magic mud. We can use with our frog spawn and water. We're going to speed this up a little bit. We're going to pay attention. Okay. At this point, we would like it to be dusk, but we need to pick up a few more mushrooms while we have the chance. So this is one of the mushrooms. I guess I can sleep in my bed until dusk to pass the time. At dusk, we need to gather the specific resources, pond skaters, and bothersome fungus. So we picked up our flat stinkhorn during the daytime. These pond skaters can be kind of elusive. I feel like sometimes they really do not want to spawn. We need about 10 of them. We've got 5. Here we go. Oh. Stop clicking things. Okay. I got a little excited. A little clicky. Happens. I think we need a few more of waterproofing, maybe. And we're going to head up, gather our bothersome fungus, and head into the dream world, an alternate dimension. Everybody has, all the NPCs, they have an alter ego here in the dream world, or like a dream version of themselves. And there are pathways that exist in the dream world that don't exist in the waking world. So we're going to eat some jellyfish to help us move faster. And then we are going to clip across a series of platforms. Clip out of bounds. And I left my stool somewhere, so the run is dead. Cool. Hi, I'm Oatmeal1 and this is Mudborne Any Percent. Mudborne is a casual frog management game where you breed different species of frogs using different combinations of mushrooms to affect the frog's genetics. Frog genetics and ancestry act like keys throughout the game, creating an almost puzzle-like casual experience as you breed specific frogs with specific characteristics to unlock doors and warp points. The goal of the Any Percent speedrun is to breed the ultimate frog, the Sublime Empyrean, also with the correct ancestry. The run has 2 major sections. Section 1 is resource gathering. Most of the glitches happen in this section, where we clip out of bounds to get around more quickly and use glitches to scam shopkeepers out of the things that we need. Section 2 is truly frog management simulator, where we gather the remaining mushrooms and breed specific frogs required to achieve our win condition. So before we get started, the first thing we're going to do here is load into an existing save file that has the weather that we want at the time that we want. So in this other save file, it is raining at noon, and that's exactly what we want. We get to pick the color and the name of our frog here, which is a great opportunity for an incentive or two. And time starts when we wake up. So this is our initial meeting with Pond Mother here. She's going to bless us with the sacred texts that we will promptly throw away. And we are going to immediately clip out of bounds. So we're going to head to the left for a little while here, and we're going to use the same mechanic, which is the fact that beds and chairs have, you can snap to them by clicking on them if you're within a specific distance. So that was an invisible chair that we snapped to. We're going to gather these stools, and now we are resource farming. And we need dracoflies, we need frogs, we need mushrooms, we need waterproofing from the lily pads. Sometimes I feel like the bugs are the trickiest thing. They don't seem to like to spawn in, really. But sometimes you get lucky and you get quite a few bugs. So we're good on... Okay, I'm gonna get a few more down here. We're good on frogs and mushrooms. We're gonna come up here and get some mud. And then we're going to clip once again to go up here and get this chest containing our backpack. And while we're up here, we're going to collect some wood. We're going to remember our shovel. We're going to hopefully pick up a mushroom on our way down. One of my favorite things about Mudborne is the absolutely beautiful music you can hear right now. It's so calming, it adds to the vibe in such a wonderful way. And we're going to, like I said, dispose of these sacred texts so we can free up some inventory space. I forgot to get some buckets of water. That should be all we need. Okay, and then we're going to start breeding our frogs. And we have to make some magic mud. You know what? I always put these in the wrong order. Not today. Okay, so we need water, we need our magic mud, and we need some frog spawn. Okay, and it is now dusk, so we're going to go around again, resource gathering. This time we're looking for little bugs called pond skaters. These ones I feel like have an even harder time wanting to spawn. But you can hear the crickets, so it should be time. Maybe we give them a little bit more time. Okay, so we've successfully bred our first frog, the vast mudlurker. See, now where are the pond skaters? Here they are, but I need 10 of them. We need 10 pond skaters. I feel like they really do not like to show up in large numbers. Come on, pond skaters. My goodness, where are they? Okay, I'm going to actually sleep until dusk the next day, and we're going to see if we can get some more pond skaters. I think maybe I sat in my chair a little bit too long. Here we go. 5. We're up to 5. Oh, here's some more. Oh, we hit the mother load. Okay. Sleeping till dusk was a good idea. I might also, if I get the chance, want to pick up more Dracoflies, but I'm not sure. And we're going to wait for one of these bothersome fungus to spawn in. I'm going to take a second to put all my stuff into my backpack. And then we're going to sleep. Haven't I done this? Oh no, okay, I'm getting confused on my last run. That's crazy. I just had a run that didn't go well. So we're at a different point in the run than I was thinking we were. So in addition to the frogs being keys, there are actual keys in the game. We're going to eat some jellyfish. So we want to be able to walk as fast as possible. And then we're going to perform a series of clips across, around, and across again into this portal. We're going to immediately clip off this ledge, and this puts us in this area where we can pick up our 5 future frogs that we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we don't need this firefly. We don't need these eggs. So if I hover over the vast mudlurker, for instance, you can see the genetics there in the bottom right-hand corner. If I hover over the future frog, that's not a glitch. It just has every genetics. The genetics are yes and. So that, when you're using frogs as keys, that means it can be a key to a lot of different things. So we're going to harvest some more jellyfish, this time to feed them to some frogs we're going to breed later. Oh, I didn't want that. Nope, okay. And we're going to clip once again, if it wants to let me. And we're going to make our way over to our next shopkeeper. this shopkeeper we're going to treat dishonestly. Even though this is my favorite shopkeeper, Ribbert. And we're going to respawn out of here. Excuse me. Back to the waking world. We're going to pick up some withering rot at night. We're going to hopefully pick up some withering rot spores with our brand new spore net that we just got from Ribbert. And we are going to sleep until dawn. Oops. Now I want to leave that there. And dawn is great because we need to get some marsh flies. So we were able to get a bunch of those right away. And so now that we have our spore net, that's a bit like the, if you've played Hollow Knight, the Dream Nail. So it's sort of a mid-game item that allows you to unlock. Allows you to unlock other items. So we're going to head up to our third and final shopkeeper. Well, I guess technically our fourth shopkeeper. But the third one that we're going to scam, we're going to keep an eye out for spores. On our way, we might run into some bothersome fungus spores. It doesn't look like we're lucky today. Oh, we are lucky today. Okay, and we're getting out of here. And it is daytime. Now begins, oops, why did it do that to me? Now begins Frog and Mushroom Farming Simulator. So we need all manner of spores in all manner of different weather conditions. So we basically have to react to those weather conditions as they come up. And try to work as efficiently as possible. So depending on the RNG, things can happen out of order here. So we just try to react and do our best. So like this we need on a rainy day. We need withering rot mud. It's like sort of hard to describe as you go because this takes like quite a bit of focus, I would say. So I might turn it over to voiceover me to finish off the commentary. I should go to the stagnant pools. I don't have stout funnel spores, really. Oh, raucous cone cap. No, I don't have my raucous cone cap yet. Rude Awakening, raucous cone cap.